Yo everyone, it's Phobic here, or as you know me on this channel, Phobic Shiki. I'm here with my boy Foul Project Games, and we're gonna have a little discussion today about Hashirama versus KCM Minato and Nagato. A potential what-if death battle. We think Hashirama wins, but we're gonna go over everything and all the possible scenarios because we do think that KCM Minato and Nagato do have some cases. You know what I mean? So with
Yeah,
that, I'm gonna pass
absolutely.
it all to my boy Fal. Take it away, my guy.
So Nagato and KCM Minato versus Hashirama. I feel like it's a tough fight because of Hashirama's excellence with his wood style. Because we've seen Yamato outclass foes that are definitely stronger than him using the wood style, but he's not as good with the wood style as Hashirama was naturally because he's like a his cells are a replication of Hashirama's. They're not actually Hashirama. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So
overall,
I feel like at the end of the day, and we can definitely talk about this because this is not a debate video. This is 100% discussion and speculation. This is totally hypothetical.
yeah,
Um, I feel like at the end of the day, Nagato and Minato might win with super high diff, but at the same time, I feel like Hashirama would win with mid to high diff. So my first and foremost argument for Nagato is that he can repel and absorb any ninjutsu. So even if it's Mogatone, if it's wood style, he can absorb it or he can repel it.
the only thing that I could see to that is, I mean, with how elite his wood style is, how just OP it is when with him using it in particular. I could see it kind of, overwhelming and sending some in the front as a distraction, and then boom, just roots from under the ground.
I totally disagree because we all know the Renegon's abilities are all based on sight. So if Hashirama were able to do that, then it would have to be against a foe stupid enough to only negate the wood style in front of him multiple times for Hashirama to think, hey, maybe I should put that shit in the back because he's only negating the front. Nagato was not that stupid.
No,
He was
100%. I
negating it
wasn't
around himself at all times.
100%. Yeah, I wasn't saying that he was. I was just saying like the only like hypothetical I could think to that someone could say.
Yeah, no, I mean, normally, like if it were the Byakugan, your case would be totally valid. But with the Rinnegan, it's invalid because the Almighty Push is the most basic Rinnegan ability, and that shit is like entirely 360 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty broken. That's a lot of this discussion is just like who has the better hacks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But because Almighty Push and Universal Pull are basically the same jutsu used in reverse of each other, they're literally 360 degrees, and the Byakugan is 359 degrees, where the most single blind spot is literally at the point where the skull connects to the brainstem. And that single point is not just one point in area, it's one point in diameter. So that point, like if you can imagine the back of your neck, it starts out as one, like, I don't know, millimeter.
And then yeah, the further out it goes.
Yeah, the further out it goes, it becomes like, let's say it moves out 100,000 meters. Now that blind spot is 1 kilometer wide.
Yeah,
But we all know no Byakugan goes out 1,000 kilometers. So
yeah.
I think even with Neji, I think the farthest the Byakugan we've ever seen go is like 500 meters. I could be wrong. I haven't looked it up. I think that's what it was.
So, can you think of any other like things Minato and Nagato could do?
Mm, so with the 6 paths of the Rinnegan, he's got that ability where if he catches Minato in a genjutsu and Minato tells a lie, he
You
can
mean
literally rip his soul out.
you mean Hashirama, right? The hypothetical was Nagato and Minato what they would do like if they met Hashirama.
My bad, my
That
bad.
that's what
I
I
thought
was
it was like
saying.
hypothetical to compare. I'm sorry.
I feel like in terms of like overall like jutsu, Nagato would be better off to go and like do a little small
Oh
clash
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Hashirama, while Minato looks for the opening to put a tag on Hashirama.
Hashirama would not be able to resist the urge to lie. So if Hashirama lied, he would refute the genjutsu. But if that genjutsu hit Hashirama, he would not be able to lie because he's just a true blue son of a bitch. And as soon as he does, and Nagato pulls his soul out, Minato would come in and he would just slice that shit.
Yeah, that could
Literally,
work.
literally, there's no hope for Hashirama versus full path Nagato and KCM Minato. There's no hope.
No hope at all.
No hope at all. The only hope,
So this
the only
would
hope Hashirama has is if he gets the drop on them and uses Deep Forest Emergence immediately.
so that would in turn mean that they would also have no problem with like a live EMS Madara. Because we know Hashirama was stronger than Madara.
I'm
So
sorry,
so
actually.
so pretty much what I'm saying is like if we're saying that they beat Hashirama, that means that in turn we're saying that they would beat Madara as well.
I
Because
disagree.
Hashirama was stronger.
I do disagree for one reason. Because
That
Hashirama won
Hashirama was
that
stronger?
fight. No, Hashirama won that fight. They were equal strength. Hashirama won that fight because he did manage to get behind Madara and stab him in the chest. But Madara did not die. He lived and got the Rinnegan and became stronger, and that's when Kabuto revived him. So Edo Madara was stronger than live Madara, which would in turn make Edo Madara stronger than live Hashirama because Orochimaru revived Madara or Hashirama. I'm sorry.
Alright, then we gotta do a little bit of a backtrack because I the whole time I've been talking about just regular alive Hashirama. That's what I've been comparing everything to.
So you're talking a live Madara.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That if we're saying that they would beat a live Hashirama, that means in turn we'd be saying also that they beat a live Madara, because yeah.
Okay. Personally, me, I think Hashirama has mid diff, but wins because of Nagato's ability to absorb and to repel, but also Minato's speed and teleportation with KCM. I feel like with KCM, Minato's speed and ability to teleport is magnified because literally everything Naruto did was magnified with
Well,
KCM.
especially when you consider in the war when Eight Gate Sky was fighting Madara, KCM Minato was literally keeping up with Guy to help him out at some points.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
KCM
means that
Minato,
his speed in KCM
yeah,
scales to Eight Gate Sky,
Minato was as fast, if not faster, than the eighth gate guy.
which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And we both know that Naruto is faster than that without teleportation. Because Minato was using teleportation. He was using his chakra with the KCM to increase his speed of teleportation. Which is what leads me to the fact that Minato himself is not that fast. His teleportation is what made him the Yellow Flash. So, for example, in the war, exactly what you just talked about, where he threw the kunai and Minato, jumped in, caught the 7 Truth Seeker orbs or whatever number they were, and teleported them away. What he really did was not speed, it was teleportation, it was instantaneous transmission. And I know everybody who's listening to this is going to say, oh, that's a Dragon Ball term. No. Instantaneous transmission was a term before Dragon Ball. I want everyone to know that. Instant transmission was the term Dragon Ball came up with to shorten it. Instantaneous transmission is basically the idea that you can move from point A to point B no matter where point B is with literally zero time passing. And that's what Minato does with his space-time ninjutsu. He puts a mark down just like Tobirama does, and then they can literally transport from mark A to mark B in zero time. So to compare Minato to Eight Gates Guy is unfair. You know what I'm saying?
Well, in that case, then, if you don't want to do his speed, which, I mean, I really don't want to get into that, but if you don't want to do his speed, then his ability then scales to 8 Gates Guy's speed, which is still very impressive.
Ability, absolutely.
Which is still very impressive.
Minato's speed, don't get me wrong, Minato's fast, but, like, he mastered space-time ninjutsu to the point where he was able to literally instantaneously appear from one spot to another and kill people or relay information or whatever, and that's what gave him the nickname the Yellow Flash.
Do we think Minato is smarter than Hashirama? I feel like he is really thinking about it, because I think Hashirama would obviously like have no problem against 14-year-old Obito, but I don't think he would figure out Kamui as fast as Minato did.
I totally agree. I think Minato was way smarter than Hashirama.
And then
Hashirama was literally stated by Obito in reanimated form, which means they were fully adults. And I'm sorry, I said Obito. Tobirama stated that Hashirama was as stupid as Naruto, and that Naruto was dumber than he is.
So in that case, like, is Nagato smarter than him?
Not now in current era.
How about this? Nagato is smarter from just like a pure like brain perspective, but in terms of like battle smarts, Hashirama's smarter.
Okay, because you said Hashirama, yes.
So I mean, who do you think your final verdict is then on who takes the dub?
Damn, final verdict is hard to say. Like, this battle is hard to say. It requires so much conversation.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, if I had to pick a final verdict, is it open air or is it in confined space?
Just they're out and they meet out in a battlefield or in the woods or wherever. It's outside. It's not like
Hashirama.
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 All right.
In a confined space, I would have to give it to Minato and Nagato.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I really don't have. I think it can go either way. After the conversation we had, I went into this thinking it would just be Hashirama mid to high diff. But now I think it really could just go either way. Like, I don't know who to pick.
We could sit here and debate it for hours, if not days on end, and never come to a conclusion one way or the other. Like,
yeah,
not 100% at least.
Yeah.
This kind of conversation, this kind of epic battle would break the fucking universe. Like,
for real.
It's a very hard one to place. It's not like saying Sakura versus Itachi. It's not possible to place it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's just so much you gotta like account for, but
yeah.
There you have it, guys. I really don't have a verdict. I mean, I went in thinking Hashirama took it mid-diff, but now I don't know. Fowl is sticking with it, but he's going with high diff now, and yeah, I think that was really good.
Honestly, I think Hashirama takes it with high diff, and I think 5 times out of 11. I know it's a weird breakdown. I think 5 times out of 11, like the others take it. You know what I mean?
Alrighty, so thank you guys for coming by and watching this little discussion about Hashirama versus KCM Minato and Nagato. Appreciate y'all coming through. Go check out my boy Fal. Fal, you got anything you want to say?
Second week of September, I'm going to be planning to drop information on the first week of spooky season.
Bet.
Little bit more info than what I gave last time is that I'm going to be working with someone who is close within the streaming community. That's all you're getting for now. But the second week or the week before, you're going to get the game. So, second week before, you're definitely going to get something. Week after that, you're going to get the game at the very least. And we're both hoping it's a huge hit. We're super excited to do this. Because it's a collab between two streamers. We're super excited for it, and we hope everybody's able to make it. And everyone who is able to make it, hoorah to you! And everyone who's not, well, then we hope you are able to watch the recorded video live, or not live, but you know what I mean.
Alrighty, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.